Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to Hang Out with me. Welcome, 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 welcome. Sorry, I will be late today, but welcome. Let me know where you're joining me from. Please, as you're joining, please share, share, share. And we're also live on TikTok. Welcome, TikTokers. Greetings, greetings, everyone, where you're joining me. Today, I pick a topic which I want us to discuss. So come with your questions, okay? Come with your question. If you have any question, put it in the comment section so that I can treat it. Okay. So our topic today is love is a choice. Love is a choice. Love is a choice. Some people feel like when they are in love, they're in kind of a entanglement or in a kind of a cell or in a kind of a cage. And my question is, should love be that? Should that be love? Love should be a place of liberty. Love should be a place of freedom. Love should be a place that you will definitely want to move around and have your freedom and help your spouse even as your spouse is also helping you. So love is about people. Love relationship is about people coming together, you know, people coming together to do things together. So love is actually a decision. Yeah, welcome, welcome, Nazi, welcome, Shade, welcome, Ali, welcome, um Picture, welcome, Mabalo, welcome, Encounter, welcome, Jude, welcome, Aaron. Let me know where you're joining me from. Put in the comment section, okay? Okay, so today we're talking about, it's about relationship talk, okay? Yeah, so we're talking about love being a choice. So when you're going into a relationship, it's about you. It's about you and it's about the choice that you want to make. So don't allow anybody to fool you. Don't allow anybody to tell you otherwise. Gone are the days when people choose partners for people. Now, your ability to choose is the testament that you're an adult. So if you're an adult and you want to go into a relationship, your ability to make a choice for yourself, your the reason to make a choice for yourself is a reason that you're an adult, and that reason should not be silenced. So if you want to make a choice, love is a choice. So what about if you're in a relationship and you feel like frustrated in it, you feel resentful in it, you feel like emotionally exhausted in it, then there's something wrong, definitely wrong with that relationship. So, and my question would be: did you choose to be in a frustration? Do you choose to be in a resentful environment? Do you choose to be in a place that you don't like? So, if you definitely do not choose that, then you need to let go of yourself so you can find true love and real love. Because love is a place of peace and love is a place of peace of mind. So if you're in that relationship and you don't have peace of mind, you're always exhausted in it, there's always trouble, it means there's some element of of not compatibility. That is to say, there are some, you and your spouse, you're not compatible, especially when you're just catching up with a date, trying to date someone. You should always choose somebody that you are compatible with, so that when you eventually marry the person, life will be more beautiful. So welcome everyone, welcome YouTubers, welcome Facebook, and let me know if you have any question, put in the comment section. So if they don't love you, let them go. If they don't love you, let them go. Love is a place of a choice, so you have to make a choice of whom you want to be and spend your life with. So if you are in a relationship, you don't need to force it in yourself into a relationship. Sometimes people will ask me, is it right for somebody to force into himself or herself into a relationship? But you know the answer already. So love is not by force. Love is not by force. Real love is not by force. Love is by choice. So when you make up a choice, when you make a choice to be in a relationship, is a choice and not by force. So when you see somebody trying to force you, somebody trying to make you be where you don't want to be, then you have to ask question yourself: is it truly worth it? So if they don't love you, let them go, because they will take advantage of you and you might not be happy in that relationship. So if you're in a relationship and you're always the one begging for love, you're always the one begging for love, then it's not worth it. It's not what it is. All you need for yourself is just some time. You just need some time. You just need some time to be able to get the right people to love you. So do not be in a relationship in a way that you feel that your life is nothing without the person you are in a relationship with. Don't feel that your life is nothing without the person you are in a relationship with. So your life is worth it. So you have to make up your mind in such a way that you would also appreciate your life. You will also appreciate your life and appreciate your thoughts, appreciate your opinions, and appreciate your well-being. And that's very, very important. So if you're in that relationship and it's all about your partner, so then it means there's something not complete in that relationship. For a relationship to complete, to actually be complete, two people have to be together to work it out together. So it means if I'm loving you, you are loving me back. That's how real relationship is. So you don't get into a relationship whereby you are the only one in love. You are the only one that wants to love, that you're the only one that wants to grow in love. Then there's gonna be a lot of issues in that relationship. So if you feel they don't love you, if you feel they don't like you, they don't love you, then you don't need to let them take advantage of you. You just need to maintain a sanity for yourself. You just need to maintain a um a place of peace for yourself by giving yourself time to find somebody that will truly love you. Because I tell you, there are about 7 billion people on this earth, right? So definitely 5,000 of them want to love you. But if you actually want to give them time, or give yourself time to find them. So do not be in a relationship that you do not approve. How do you know that the relationship is not approved? One, when you see yourself begging for love, when you see yourself begging for love at all time, it means that relationship is not approved. It means your spirit, your emotions, your well-being has not really approved that relationship. When you see yourself always begging for love, so don't make anyone believe you are nothing without them. So step up your worth, step up your true value, and be who God really wants you to be. Because when you throw yourself at people and make them feel that you are nothing without them, it could be that you will be the one that will be tagged a desperado, or somebody that is so desperate to be in love. And remember, love can't be forced. So love has to be mutual. And if love has to be mutual, it means we have to um, treat love with kindness, and of course uh, we have to allow love also to reciprocate to us. So you can't make someone love you if you try to love them harder, if they don't love you. If somebody doesn't love you, you can't make them love you by loving them harder. If they love you, they love you. So, and especially when it's gonna be something that you want to end into relationship, that will end into marriage relationship. So there's always need for you to find somebody that can reciprocate. Because if they don't reciprocate, then you are the one loving yourself. You are the one being in charge of that thing yourself and all by yourself. And will it really work? It won't work. It's because love it's supposed to be a two-way thing. you and somebody trying to dig it out, trying to build that thing called love together. So no matter how you try to love someone that doesn't love you, it's always gonna be like a headache. Always gonna be difficult. But if it's somebody that actually have some atom of love for you, then when you try to love them more, they will show you more love because they love you. So but if somebody doesn't love you and you're trying to show them more love, you're trying to make them, those things that you're showing them will irritate them more. So as a woman, as a man, you have to show also respect for yourself. Do not throw yourself at people that do not value you. you know Especially women, they say, oh, I love this guy, I love this guy, and the guy does not have any atom of love for you. So what do you want to tread with him in the future? Somebody that doesn't have atom of love, what do you want to trade with them in? What do you want to thrive in them in the future? So you look out for people that they have something for you, people that you can also, people that you want to love, people that you want to that they want to love you and also show them themselves to you and show more happiness to you. So that's it. So how do we know when people is forcing you to love them? How do you know when your love is based on force and not a mutual relationship? When you begin to have personal insecurities. When you're in a relationship and you're having personal insecurities, you know that that love is a force and not mutual. And or when you are feeling, when you're in a relationship, with the notion of, oh, I just want to be in this relationship because I do not have any other alternative. When you feel like your life depends on that relationship, you don't have any other alternative again. So the only alternative you have is just to be in that relationship. And when you begin to feel that kind of personal insecurity and lack of alternative options, you know that you're already brushed into a forced relationship. So and that will also help you. That would also help you to even ignore some red flags because you already made up your mind that that's the only alternative you have. But in a love relationship, there's always time for you to give yourself freedom to love, freedom to feel free to say your opinions and to say your heart and what you want in that relationship, instead of you being tied up in the relationship with the notion of lack of alternative options. So, like I told you, there are so many options out there if you can give yourself chance. So do not go into a relationship that is not worth it. Do not go into a relationship that your mind, your spirit, and soul do not approve because you feel that there is no alternative options. Because if you give yourself some time, definitely there's going to be a lot of alternatives and a lot of options where you can choose from, because God loves you and He wants the best for you. Because when we see most of the marriages that failed today, we see the beginning of those relationships that actually failed. We see that most of them actually were like, okay, let me just stay in this relationship because there is no other option. So some of them were just like pressurized from peer groups, from external places. Like you can imagine, like her somebody saying, okay, just pick a man to marry, just pick a woman to marry, we're going to sponsor your marriage, we're going to sponsor your wedding. And some people end up rushing into just picking somebody that they don't even really love, and because somebody out there wants to sponsor your marriage, or somebody out there wants to sponsor your wedding. So at the end of the day, what do we see? We see these people finding out themselves later. Then before you know it, they try to cheat, they try to do other things, and before you know it, the relationship might even crumble because they were not really fully in love when they said I do. So before you say I do, make sure that you're ready to grow in love with the person that you want to love, and make sure that is a choice. Like our topic today says, love is a choice. So before you're ready to say I do, make sure that that love that you want to choose is your choice. Make sure that that love is a choice. Make sure that you have decided to take that love as your choice. That is your choice to make up that love. That is your choice to take that guy. That is your choice to take that woman. So because when you do that, it will save you from a lot of troubles. Some people also go into relationship because of fear of loneliness, because societal expectations and all that. They just don't want to be alone. They just get into the relationship. It's okay when if you don't want to be alone, you can actually get into a relationship if you don't want to be alone. But for you to marry somebody because you don't want to be alone and you don't really love the person, that's where the issue comes. You can be in a relationship because you don't want to be alone and use the period to study the person. But if you don't really love the person with your heart and you're not ready to grow in love with the person, there's no point marrying somebody you don't love. Okay, there is no point marrying somebody you don't love. Another one is when you begin to see signs that you're forcing yourself to love, you know that that love is no longer a choice. Now, let me give you some points right now. When you begin to see that you're seeing yourself, when you begin to see these signs, you know that this love is no longer a choice. Remember, for a love to last, is like two people have made a choice to be together, to stay together, to say those vows together. You have made your choice to be together, and for that love to last long, it means your choice have to be together and to work it out together. You've made your choice. But when you begin to see these signs, know that you're forcing yourself into to love. And one of these signs is when you see yourself planning for everything. You are in a relationship and you see yourself planning for everything. Everything that is happening in the relationship is on your head. That relationship is not a choice, is a force. Is a force. And if you ask yourself, what is making you to do that? Is it because of your parental relations? Is it because of your agitations from people? Or I don't know, what is making you to go into forced marriage? What is making you to go into forced love? Who is forcing you to love? So when you begin to see yourself, you're handling uh, everything yourself, your partner is not helping out, your spouse is not helping out, then there's a problem. It means that love is not a choice, but is a force. Another one is when persuasion becomes so hard, when it's now very hard to persuade. Because in a relationship, two people in that relationship supposed to persuade each other, they're supposed to advise each other, and they're supposed to be together. I mean, complement each other. But when you are the one doing everything, then it means the love is no longer a choice, but the love is becoming a force. Another one is when you are always the force to settle the fight. When there's a fight, you're always the force to settle the fight in the relationship. And of course, when your partner misbehaves, he or she doesn't apologize, you're the only person taking their mess. My question is, how long do you want to take the mess? When you get married to them, it's gonna be too messy. It's gonna be too messy because you started taking the mess at the beginning. So when you see yourself always taking the mess, always being the one to apologize, even when you did not do any wrong. When you see yourself, you know that relationship is no longer a choice, but that relationship is a force. Is a forced relationship. Some of us are in a forced relationship, but we don't know. So I'm going to open your eyes to these signs. When you're always the first person to settle a fight, you are in a forced relationship. You are not in a choice relationship. And of course, when you're always compromising what you desire, when you're always compromising what you desire because you don't want your partner to have any other, how will I put it? You are always compromising your desire, the good things of heart that you have. You're always compromising you know, when you're always compromising, it means that love is not a choice. That love is a forced relationship. Force, I mean, you want to be in that relationship by force, by fire, by force. So when your couples I mean, couples are supposed to plan together. Like I said before, couples are supposed to plan together. They're supposed to persuade each other. They're supposed to advise each other and work together. But when you see that you're only the person carrying it on your head, it means it's a force, it's not a choice. So you have to see that as a red flag and know how to help yourself correct that before it becomes too late. Or when your partner fights over the smallest thing, if you're in a relationship and your partner is always fighting with, even with every smallest thing, is always fighting, man, that love is not mutual. It's either you're the one loving, that person is not loving you. Because if the person loves you, the person will not be fighting with every slightest smallest thing. The person is fighting you for that. If the person is fighting you, the person doesn't love you, my dear. Run for your life before it gets too late. It's either the person is staying in your life because of some benefits, some things that the person is benefiting. It could be a man trying to benefit something from you. It could be a woman trying to gain some things from you. But when the person is always irritated and fights you with every smallest thing that happened, the person is always fighting you. Make sure that you run, and of course, look for a safe place, because love is a choice and not a force. But when you find yourself always, you find your partner or your couple, your spouse always fighting with every smallest thing, it means that love is not a choice. That love is a force. Okay. Another one is when you are always the one begging for intimacy. You're in a relationship and you are always the one begging for intimacy. If you are always the one begging for intimacy, it means that love is not a choice. This thing should be mutual. This thing should be mutual, and it should be like a 50-50 something. So if you are always the one begging for that, begging for love, begging for this, begging for that, it means that love is by force. So it's not by choice, because nobody will choose to be horrible. Nobody will choose to have stress. Nobody will choose to have something that is not palatable. So when you find yourself in such an atmosphere whereby you're begging for everything, then is a force. It's not a choice. It's not a choice that you have made. So it's better you free yourself from that kind of atmosphere and connect yourself to an atmosphere where you can truly love, and the person also can also love you. Okay. When another one is that when you are the only person buying a gift. When you are the only person buying a gift in that relationship, you are the only person buying a gift. That love is not a choice, it's a force. Because you cannot be buying a gift for somebody all the time, and the person you're buying gift is not even buying anything for you. So it's like you're forcing yourself into that relationship. That love is a force, it's not a choice. I'll bring you good tidings today. Love is by choice and not a force. And when you begin to see yourself um, in that kind of relationship, that you have to force everything, even to get a gift from your partner is becoming problematic, then run for your life. Welcome, everyone. Let me know where you're joining me from. Okay. And if you have any question, put in the comment section. Okay. Yeah, let me see if you have any question. If you have any question, put it in the comment section so we can also treat it together. Welcome, Rose. Welcome, Bitomzi. Welcome, everyone. Okay, so we're talking about love being a choice. And I said that if love is a choice, therefore, we should also work towards making everything we choose palatable for us. Because when we find ourselves in a normal human being want to choose something palatable, a normal human being want to choose something comfortable, want to choose something beautiful. So when you see yourself in a relationship and you're not enjoying what you're supposed to enjoy, it means that love is not a choice. That love is a force. And my question is, what is forcing you to be in that kind of a relationship that might end up being toxic? Run. So because uh, if you're in a relationship and you always feel heartbroken, it means that relationship is not a choice, because nobody will choose to have a broken heart. Nobody will choose to have to be sad. You're in a relationship and the person is always making you sad. Anytime something is always happening, that the person is breaking your heart all the time, that relationship is a force. It's not a choice. Okay, these are red flags that you should see and know what to do, especially when your partner never apologizes. When your partner never apologizes for any wrong he does, he never apologizes to you, as a wrong flag. It's a red flag that you should also look into and know how to you know take yourself out of that. When you don't see them in your future, you're in a relationship with someone, but you don't feel like that you don't see them in your future. You're in a relationship with someone, but you don't see them in your future. You don't see yourself marrying them. You don't see yourself marrying them in the future. It means you're in a wrong relationship. So it's better you cut that relationship off, because the time you spending with them is just a waste of time. So you're in a relationship, you don't see that person in your future. You don't see that person as your future husband. You don't see that person as your future wife. You're wasting your time. You are wasting your time. And the time that you're wasting is the time that the right person is supposed to locate you. So some people are single today because they use their precious time. They wasted their precious time with I don't want to say useless people, but they wasted their precious time with the wrong people. With the wrong people. And how do you know these wrong people? One, when you're in a relationship and you don't feel like when you're in a relationship and you don't see the person in your future, you don't see the person like, this person can be my wife, this person can be my husband in the future. You don't even need to go into that relationship. Once you're in that kind of relationship, you need to you need to get out of that relationship. So the relationship that you should be in is a relationship that you feel like, oh, I might marry this man, or I might get married to this man. you know this lady, I think I might be getting married. Although you are not sure, you might not be sure. At the beginning, you will not be sure whether you're going to marry the person or not. But you already see the person in your future. That's a sign. When you see the person in your future, like, oh, I think we can end up as a good husband and wife. We can end up as husband and wife in the future. We can end up as wife and husband in the future. When you begin to see something like that, you know that, okay, fine, this person can be in my future. This person can be part of my life. But a relationship and you're not seeing something like that is just a waste of time. And my question is, how many people have wasted a lot of time in that kind of a relationship? Millions of people have wasted their precious time in that kind of relationship, and that's why they're still single. You're single today because you have wasted your time with the wrong people. So make up your time right now. You can start today. Make up your time before you say yes to a relationship. Make sure you have at least some features that you can see in your husband, in that person, or in your wife, in that person. Okay. Another one is when you're in a relationship and you don't know what a happy relationship is, then it's a red flag. Some of us are in a relationship but we don't know what happy relationship is. Then it's a red flag, because when you're in a relationship, the person is supposed to treat you nice, supposed to treat you with so much love. They're supposed to treat you. Will I say the person is supposed to spoil you? Okay, let me not use the word spoil, but the person is supposed to love you and show you a lot of affection, because you're not yet married. So if they don't show you the affection when you're not married, is it when they marry you that they will show you that? They will show you nothing. So when you're in a relationship, the person should be able to show you the affection that you want, the affection that you need. The person is supposed to show you their kindness, their love. They're supposed to give you attention. They're supposed to give you the time. They communicate with you friendly. They love you. They want to share your pain. They want to share your joy. So these are the signs that you see that want to make you to want to be in a part of their life. But But if you're in a relationship and you don't even know what happy relationship is, what happiness is, then that relationship is a forced relationship. That love is not a choice, because you wouldn't choose sadness. No, nobody would choose sadness. Everybody want happiness. Everybody want peace. Everybody want peace of mind. Everybody want joy. Everybody want peace and all that. So you're in a relationship and you don't even know what happiness is. You don't know what happy relationship is. Then you are not in a relationship. You are in a forced relationship, and that relationship, that love inside there is not a choice, because you cannot choose sadness. You want happiness. So if you want happiness, then you should be able to create happiness in your relationship. And as you're meeting somebody, trying to date somebody, you're supposed to create happiness together, supposed to create peace together, supposed to create love together. And if you see yourself not creating peace, not creating kindness, not creating happiness, then you are in a forced relationship. Maybe you just get married because your brothers has advised you to do that, your sisters have advised you to do that, they advise you to just marry anybody because you're getting old, or marry anybody because time is running out and all that, and you just want to just stick to anybody without being happy. And my question is, what will be the end of that relationship, a relationship you're entering when you're not happy? For every good relationship, you must feel, I repeat, for every good relationship, you must feel the element of happiness and joy in that relationship. For a relationship to be like, yes, this is my choice, there must be some elements of happiness in it. There must be elements of happiness in it. So another sign is when you're in a relationship and you're always tensed, your mood is always tense. When you're together with somebody, you're tense, you're not happy, run. Like I said, in every relationship, there must be happiness. There must be happiness. There must be peace. Especially when you're dating, there must be peace. If there is always trouble, then you people are not meant together, you're not compatible. I'm sorry, the person might find somebody in the future that he or she might be compatible with. But if you aren't compatible with the person, you can also find somebody that you'll be compatible with. But the problem is you stepping out and looking for the right person. And if you're in a relationship and you're always having doubting feelings, you're not sure, you're in a relationship, your feeling is always doubt, you're always like doubting Thomas in that relationship, then that relationship is a forced relationship. It's not your choice, because your choice is a complete total your choice is a complete happiness, is a feeling that you brought into reality. Your choice is like, okay, I've made this choice. You are not doubting. But if you see yourself doubting, then it's not a choice. It's not a choice. If you're doubting, if you see yourself doubting, you're feeling every time doubting feelings, then that relationship is a force and not a choice. So if you feel frustrated, I said it before, if you feel frustrated or always resentful in that relationship, then it's a forced relationship. It's not a choice. Or if you feel emotionally exhausted all the time, anytime with your partner, you always feel emotionally exhausted, that relationship is a force. That relationship is not a choice. And also, if you see yourself, you're in a relationship with someone, and you see yourself and you see some red flags, and you see yourself ignoring those red flags, that relationship is a force. It's not a choice. Are you getting it right now? You're in a relationship, you see red flags, but you're ignoring them. Instead of you approaching your partner to tell them what they did, you don't like it, you're ignoring them. And my question is, how long do you want to ignore those red flags? Or do you think they will change by time? They will not change by time. They will only get worse by time. So when you begin to see the red flags and you begin to ignore those red flags, then it means you are in a forced relationship. That love is a forced love. That love is not a choice. Another one is when you see yourself suppressing your feelings. when you see yourself, you're in a relationship and you see yourself suppressing your feelings, you're always suppressing your emotion, suppressing your feelings, suppressing everything just to favor your partner, just to make them feel comfortable. My brother, my sister, you are in a forced relationship. Love is a choice and not a force. So if you're in a relationship, it should be a place of freedom and not a place of you suppressing your true feelings. So if you're in a relationship and it's a happy relationship, then you should be able to express your true feelings. So if you're in a relationship and you cannot express your true feelings, if you have something in mind you cannot share with your partner, then it's a forced relationship. It's a forced relationship. It's not your choice, because you want to be free. You want to be free, and every human being want to be free. Nobody want to be a slave. But if you're in a relationship and you're a slave because of their money, or you're a slave because of their stuff, then there's something definitely wrong. Then it means that relationship is a force and not a choice. Remember, we're talking today that love is a choice. And if truly love is a choice, then we should be able to express our true feelings without fear or prejudice. When you are in a relationship and you're always seeking external validation, it means that relationship is a force. Is a forced relationship, because in a relationship, for you to be in a relationship, it means you're mature, you're an adult. And if you're in that relationship seeking external validation from other people, not from yourself, it means you have been bought. I don't know how to say that. Excuse me. I don't know how to say that. But if you're in a relationship and you are the one seeking validation from external places, not from yourself, it means you don't have a say in that relationship. And every relationship, you cannot decide what you want or what you want to do or what you want to happen. You always depend on external validation. You always depend on external people, third party, to decide for you. It means that relationship is a force. And love is a choice, and there's no choice in it. So when you seek external validation, it means it's a forced relationship. At least you have to rely on your own feelings. You have to rely on your own opinion, and you have to rely on your own thoughts also. Not always looking out for people that will tell you what to do. So if you are a man, be a man. But if you're a man in that relationship and you always seek external validation, it means you're not going to be a man enough for that relationship to happen. You're not going to be a man enough, because you will always be asking outsiders, and before you know it, any little thing, when you eventually get married, any little thing, you're going to take it to third party. You start bringing third party into your relationship. By the time you keep bringing third party into your relationship, what happens? Is your relationship that suffers. So that's why, as you're building your relationship, as you're dating, you should be able to take decision. You should be able to take decision yourself. And if you can take decision, then that's when your relationship can thrive. Let me know if you have any question. Put in the comment section, and please share as you join in. Let me check your comment section and see if we have any question in the comment section. Let me see if we have any question in the comment section. I can see no question right now. Kato Michaels is watching live. Yeah, welcome, Michael. Yeah, let me know if you have any question. If you have any question, put it in the comment section, okay? Blessings. So we're talking about love is a choice. Love is a choice. It's a decision that we make. And if we say that love is a choice, then we should be able to also practice love by allowing our true feelings and expression to be seen in that relationship. So if you're in a relationship, you should be able to also share your opinion freely. You should be able to share your your heart freely to your partner without fear or trembling. So your ability to do that would also help you becoming free. So you're not tensed up, so you are not emotionally drained or tensed when you want to share with your partner and all that. And so your ability to share your innermost part of your heart to somebody you love will also give you the room to be in charge of that relationship. But if you're in a relationship and you're not able to share your heart, you're not able to share your mind, and with your partner, then that love is not a choice. Love is a choice. It means love is free given. Love is a decision that you've made. Love um, is an action that you've taken, and that action can either leave and wax stronger, or that action can end. So love is a choice, and you have the choice to live in love, or you also have the choice to end it. So if love is a choice, then you should not be a prisoner of love. You should not be a slave. You shouldn't be a slave to love. You should, if you love, then somebody should also love you. So you cannot be in the relationship and you are the only one in love. Then it makes no sense. For the relationship to be palatable, to be beautiful, both of you have to be in love. And if it's not in love, you're the only one in love, you're just wasting your time, because before you know it, you might have depression in future. So for you to avoid depression and mental health issues, you must make sure that the person you're loving is also loving you back. There's no two way about it. If they're not loving you back, then leave them alone. It means they are not your right partner. If your right partner must love you back. I repeat, your right partner must love you back, because love is a choice. Love is a choice that you have made. You have made a choice to love your partner, and your partner would also have to make the choice to love you. And if you see yourself being the one loving and loving at all times, being the one planning and planning at all times, being the one buying gifts and buying gifts at all times, being the one complimenting at all times, being the one compromising at all times, being the one persuading and persuading at all times, and your partner ain't doing nothing, it means that love is a force. It means that love is a force. So for love to really reign, for love to really grow, for relationship to really grow to the realm that you will love, that love must not be a force. That love must be a choice. And the choice here is two people taking up a responsibility, two people making up their mind to love each other. So if she doesn't love you, you don't need to unlife yourself because she doesn't love you. All you need to do is to wait for the right person to love you. If he doesn't love you, you don't need to unlife yourself because he doesn't love you. All you need to do is to wait for somebody that will love you, and it's just a matter of time. But that time, don't use it to be thinking of people that do not love you. Use that time to take care of yourself. you know it's like a girl that has been jilted. If you've been jilted, just thank God, because it means there's something in the future that is better than the one that jilted you. So you don't need to get angry because you were jilted. You don't need to get angry. You just need to rejoice. All you need to do is to freshen up, make up, dress up, and love yourself back. Okay. When somebody says they don't love you any longer, shout hallelujah and begin to love yourself back. How do you love yourself back? Begin to date yourself, make your hair, make yourself fine, eat good food. If you're a guy, go for gym, look up for some activities that you will do. Go and start, do something for yourself, dress up, neat up, take care of yourself. Do not wait for people to, take care of yourself, so that when by the time the person that jilted you, by the time they see you in few years to come, they will be asking like, ooh, they will be like, is it this person that I jilted? Is this actually this person? Or, so, instead of you to be crying and nobody loves you, beloved, love yourself first. Love yourself, take care of yourself, pamper yourself, date yourself, treat yourself nice, eat nice thing, anything that you feel like eating, eat nice stuff, take care of yourself, wear clothes, dress up. When going out, dress up. You know, don't go out with don't when going out, dress up. Don't go out with this kind of motion that you've been jilted. No, go out with a smiling face. Go out with a beautiful face, smiling face, and be happy. And the more you showcase happiness, the more happy people will also locate you. Somebody's asking, what if she is my spec, but not giving me the happiness I want due to the way of her morals? She's your spec, but not giving you the happiness you want due to the way of her morals. I don't know what you mean by that, but if she's your spec, then she should give you the happiness you want. Because, yeah, you can say somebody is your spec. So why is the person your spec? He said, what if she's my spec, but not giving me the happiness I want due to the way of her morals? I don't know the way of her morals, but if she's your spec, then she should give you the happiness you deserve. But if you think she's your spec, but she's not giving you the happiness you want, then you have to create happiness within yourself and within you. You have to create happiness. Somebody's asking this question. Let me know what you feel in the comment section. Let me read the question again. He said, what if she is my spec, but not giving me the happiness I want due to the way of her morals? Yeah, if she's your spec and she's not giving you the happiness that you want, and I think somebody that is your spec should give you the happiness you want anyway. But maybe there's a part of maybe there's a way you define your way of happiness that does not really um connive with our morals. Because some guys feel like I want to say this. It's not about your question anyway. Okay, let me not say some guys. Some people feel like when they have intimate time with you, and that's when you show them happiness. And what is a lie, and it's not right, especially when you're not married. So is a child a girl that is full of morals might not even want to give you her body until she get married to you. But the fact that she doesn't want to give you her body and all that doesn't make her not to be satisfying your area of happiness. So, and some guys who feel like, oh, I really love her. I think she's my spec. She's beautiful. She's intelligent, but she's not really giving me the happiness that I want, because maybe I want a girl that will be dressing half naked and all that. But this one is always dressing like an old school and all that. Stuff like that, might come into our mind. So it depends on what you mean by happiness. But I tell you, any love that happiness is not inclined should not even uh, be happening together. So if she's your spec and she's not giving you the happiness you want, I'm telling you, go for the person that will give you the happiness you want. Because guess what? If you stay in the relationship with a spec that doesn't give you the happiness that you want, you might end up cheating on her in the future. So the best place you can be is a place that you can get your happiness. And that's what I said before, that some people are in a relationship, but they don't know what happy relationship is. So if you're in a relationship and you don't know what happy relationship means, it means it's a forced relationship. It's not your choice. Your choice is that you need a spec that can give you your complete happiness. But she's your spec, but she's not giving you your complete happiness. So there's something missing. That's the happiness. So you're gonna find it somewhere, and definitely not from her. So I hope I've been able to answer that question. I hope I've been able to answer that question. Let me know if anybody have any question before I round up. I'll be running up in a jiffy. And TikTokers, ooh, let me see if you have any question. You can write it. If you have any question, let's see if you have any question. If you have any question, put it there. Send me, or you can send me a DM. You can put in my inbox. If you have any question on TikTok, you can put in my inbox. I will answer you later. And for Facebook and YouTube, put in the comment section and I will just treat it. So we're talking about love is a choice. So we have to think about love, you know. One of the, and I want to add, talking about happiness, one of the things that bring happiness is not even from people. The happiness that can last forever is the happiness that we create within ourselves, you know. So and one of the way to be happy is to love God anyway. So you have to bring God into your relationship so that you can be happy, because sometimes we're looking for happiness from human being, but they cannot actually give us the happiness that we want. And when the humans can give us the happiness that we want, we will be helpless. But if we can create happiness within us, and with the help of God, we can actually allow the happiness to flow to other people. So she's your spec, but she's not giving you the happiness that you want. You can actually create the happiness from within yourself and make the happiness to flow into the people that come around you. So love is a choice because your action determines if it will leave or if it will stay. Love is a choice because your action determines if it will leave or if it will end. So if you want love to last, you have to act it, you have to live it. LIVE, you have to live in that realm where love will be active and alive. But if you want life, if you want love to end, it also depends on your action. It also depends on your action. So you have to choose what you want. You have to choose, excuse me, you have to choose what you want for yourself. And it's all about choice. So is somebody making right decision today to love? What are the criteria you can use to measure love? Somebody was asking, what's the criteria you can use to measure love? It depends on what you want and what you want to get. But one of the biggest criteria you can use to measure love is just about God's way of love, and which is agape and unconditional. So it means love has no reason. So what do you use to measure love is, does this person really love God? And if the person love God, it means the person is a spiritual mature adult. You know, so it's only a fool that says there's no God, and a fool is not mature. So that's why if the person is mature and loves God, then the person should be able to grow spiritually with you, because we are all spirit beings, you know. But if the person doesn't love God, it's always difficult to convince a fool, because it's only a fool that says there's no God. So if you ask me what are the measures that we can use to measure love, I would say measure love in the realm of God's unconditional way of loving. So you don't love people because they are this, but you just love them because God loves you and you want to be a replica of God. Okay, that's how we'll be rounding up today. I'll see you next time. Let me know. Somebody has a question. It says, she is good, but my problem with her is that when she is angry, her anger affects everyone around her. She can't even allow you to talk to her, and this thing is making me feel bad, seriously. Oh, you mean, okay, she's always, when she's angry, she flares up her anger around people around her. Yeah, that it means that the person is still a child, is still getting mature. Yeah, the person is still the person that doesn't really let me just say, the person has not really find out the rudiment of real relationship and marriage and all that. So I think you still need to give the person time, and also help them to change, because if somebody is angry and the person is now making everybody around her feel that kind of nature of character, then it's not good, you know. So uh, one is to be angry, and one is to be angry to the person making you angry, or to the reason why you're angry. But you don't need to take your anger to people around you. So that person needs to be lectured also. If you're angry because somebody offended you, yeah, of course you have right to get angry. We're all human beings, we have flesh in us. So if somebody offends you and you're angry, you have every right to be angry. But what did the scripture say about anger? The scripture says, do not allow the sun to go down. Do not allow the sun to set, to go down before you forgive. So anybody that wrongs you, make sure you forgive the person before the sun go down. And if somebody wrongs you and you forgive before the sun gets down, you will not be able to carry the anger around people. So that's why I said, we all need God, because with God we can learn some morals, and in the scriptures we have a lot of good morals that can also guide the way we live our lives here on this earth realm. So if somebody is making you angry, there's you can be angry because somebody made you angry, but you have to be angry with somebody making you angry, and you have to forgive the person before the sun goes down. Okay. And if you forgive, then you forget. But if you don't want to forgive the person, you start carrying anger around. It's not good, because if you marry that kind of person that carries anger around, when you offend her, you know, it's going to carry the anger into your children, into your family members, and all that. So you have to correct that right now that you're dating before it's too late. If she's angry, she should learn forgiveness. She should forgive the person that have wronged her before the sun goes down, and she should not carry the anger around. Okay, so I think we're done for the day. Let me see. Okay, I'm trying to read it. He said replying to the. He said thank you, Apostle of Love. Okay, good. It means that you understood my response to that your questions. Good. So now we want to round up, but before then we just want to know that love is a beautiful thing. Sometimes you might be dealing with people that are still not mature in love. So for example, of the questions that we got today, somebody that is carrying anger around, to everybody around her, the person is still uh, the person is still acting like a child, like childish behavior is I call it like a childish behavior to carry your anger around. Because and some people, it's so appalling, some people even do that. For example, some people have issues with their family at home. You can like a boss having issue with the husband, wife at home, and all that. It comes to work the next day and is carrying his face among the co-workers as if the co-workers have wronged them, which is very wrong. So it's because they have not learned the principles of God, the principle that says do not carry anger before the sun go down. So if they have learned that principle that says do not carry your anger around before the sun, make sure before the sun goes down, if you offend your brother, make sure you forgive your brother before the sun goes down. If they have learned that principles, that will also help them in life. It's because they've not learned the principles, so they're taking it difficult. So you're listening to me right now, you carry anger around. This is also opportunity for you to change. You can, like I said, you have every right to be angry when somebody offends you, but do not allow the anger to enter into your bone, because anger rots the bones, and it's not good. So do not allow anger to penetrate into your bone, no matter what anybody does to you, no matter how bad, or how, I don't know, no matter how serious how it is. Do not allow the anger to go beyond a day. You just have one day to be angry. After one day, make sure before you go to bed that you forgive. And when you forgive, and even if you don't want to forget it, but just forgive anyway. So your way of forgiving will also help you to also train your children with those principles of forgiveness. And those principles of forgiveness will actually help you also to keep a love that you have, you are building on, and to also build your love in such a way that your love will be enviable, and people will see you as a role model. The way you love your wife and the way you love your husband, people will see you as a role model, and they will borrow leave from that. So that's how love is it's shown, because God want us to showcase. God want our family to showcase Him. So God is looking for families that can be like a Bible for other people to read through about Him. So God wants a family of love. God wants a family of kindness. God wants a family of peace. And God wants you to be involved. Absolutely. God wants you to be involved in building those principles into our children, in imbibing those principles into your children. And that will also help you to love. And like I said, if it's not your choice, don't say I do. I repeat, I'm running up with this. If it's not your choice, don't say I do. See you next week on Hang Out with me. I'm Dr. Anastasia Fishner. Thank you, everyone that have shared. If you haven't shared, please share. God bless you. I'll see you next week. And if you still have any question, put in the comment section. I will come later. I will check the comment section later, and I will also respond to you within 24 hours. And those of you on TikTok, if you have any question, inbox me your questions, send it to my DM, and I would also respond to you. For those of you on YouTube, you can also put your questions in the comment sections, then I will take care of it. Okay, I'll see you next week on Hang Out with me. God bless you, and thanks for joining us today. Thank you, Bitomzo, for your questions. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, all of you that have joined. Blessings. Bye.